Welcome back to 296. I'm Mark.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Jakey.
And Tyler, what are we doing today?
We're playing Wargods. It's a game that everyone says is awful, but I absolutely love.
I got it when I was a kid. I got it the same day I got the game Nightmare Creatures. And I played Nightmare Creatures a lot more.
That's fair.
So it's a fighting game.
Yep.
Oh.
You gonna jump in this?
After you beat the...
Yeah, I can beat the story if you want.
Is this Tekken level, or how do you describe this? Street
It's,
Fighter?
Damn, Tyler knew who he was playing as.
Tak, dude. I'll go through the character. Well, we're gonna see them all. So we got Tak
Oh,
first.
I remember this fucking guy.
Anubis.
Anubis.
All right, I forget how to play. But, okay. Oh shit!
That
oh
looks like
shit!
dog shit.
Oh my god! You see this guy?
What
He's
the fuck
fucking
was
me up.
that? Hey, dude, don't fuck with Anubis.
He's an Egyptian.
This just reminds me of like being at home and watching shitty VHS and TV in the 90s, like the show Bone Chillers. It was like a,
Oh, he got me. He
it
got
was
me.
like a Goosebumps thing, but it had a recurring cast, and it's
Holy shit!
a wild ass show.
I'm gonna need to
Dude,
practice that.
Anubis fucking.
Anubis wins. Alright, we're gonna come out swing.
Yeah.
So is this like, is there a lot of moves, or is this just pretty easy to play?
It's pretty easy to play. I mean, I don't know what I'm fucking doing, but
Yeah,
this
clearly,
is
but,
this
like-
is the.
Holy fuck!
Are you seeing this? I'm getting fucking womboed here, brother. Maybe I should-
Wado.
Oh my god! I'm
Dude,
getting-
I really think I should like be like one of the sound effect people for fucking.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
Imagine every like alien in Star Wars sounds like that.
Yeah, that's what the Pro Droid sounds like. Remember It Strikes Back?
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we can bring down the difficulty a little bit. That was medium.
Very easy.
Very easy. Sounds good.
Seems
Continues.
intense.
Can we?
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to the show Continue because they played a game that me and Tyler have a very good fondness for, Blues Brothers 2000. Yeah,
That game.
they couldn't get out of jail.
Really?
They couldn't get out of the jail.
Really?
But Paul and Josh both said they would continue. Nick Murphy said no.
Nick Murphy is correct. It's not worth it. It gets so much worse.
It does.
They should have played until the city. Then they would have decided. Skibidi beep bop.
I just love seeing people suffer.
I do.
Massive sadist.
Yeah. I'm also just a big fan of Mr. Paul Ritchie. Mr. Paul Ritchie is one of my heroes. Yeah. He's a great podcaster. He's a great, probably my favorite podcaster. And I love Continue, so fuck it.
This is more my speed.
I know he made a Star Wars fan film that I've never seen, but I would love to. I think it was called like the Last Fighter or something. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like this like X-wing that gets like lost in space. Which I
That's
think-
a little spooky, a little sci-fi horror.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
cool.
don't know where I am.
I think it's a cool concept.
I like it. Did they just run out of fuel?
I don't know. I never watched it, but I actually watched this really esoteric sci-fi from the mid '70s. It was John Carpenter's first movie. Not only was it John Carpenter's first movie, but it's Dan O'Bannon. Dan O'Bannon's the guy who wrote Alien.
Right. Is this Dark Star?
Yeah,
Yeah, never seen it.
it's
Mid?
it's weird because you can see the directing on it. You're like, damn.
Damn, this guy can direct.
Yeah, well, it's just like you'll see he'll it's like made for under like $50,000 and he made it look like 2001.
Dude, I would say that this game is very easy.
Who are you fighting?
This is the Crypt Keeper.
But you can actually see where Dan O'Bannon gets the idea for Alien while watching the movie. Because there's this thing where this guy has to feed their pet alien, and then the alien kind of goes against them, or goes against him, and then it becomes like he's like in a claustrophobic environment. But it's all played for comedy, and it's not particularly funny. The alien itself, the alien design is hilarious because it's just a beach ball. It's like a painted beach ball, and they keep shaking it. And going,
Here we go. Here we go.
And
Ooh, look at that camera work.
the funniest bit is when the guy's hanging off of he's holding on to because if he lets go he'll die, and they have the alien just jump on his back, and then they just put this shitty Halloween glove next to the beach ball and go as if it's tickling him. The beach ball is the highlight of the film. After I recently rewatched all of Michael Mann's movies up to a point.
Yeah. Until you couldn't take it anymore.
There's only so much noir you can do.
They are emotionally kind of demanding.
Yeah.
And you have to be in a mood for noir. Like you can't just marathon that shit because it gets old.
Yeah.
Even no offense. Even Bond gets a little old after you've watched it back to back.
Well, yeah, you did it back to back. You're
Yeah,
supposed to space it out
in
once.
a week.
Yeah, you gotta have a week.
I'm on hiatus now.
Yeah, you gotta have a week recoup period.
Process what I just watched, which is pure fucking cinema.
Yeah, but Michael Mann, people aren't familiar. He did Thief, Manhunter, Heat, Collateral, The Insider, and Alley, which was fucking terrible, and The Last of the Mohicans. Those are the ones I watched. They all slapped except Ali. That one was really bad. It was a movie about Muhammad Ali, starring Will Smith as Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Jamie Foxx also
Keep
in
that
it.
movie's name out of your phone.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith's also in it.
Oh, G.I. Jane?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm watching John Carpenter now. I watched Dark Star, Assault on Precinct 13, which is fucking great, and I watched Someone's Watching Me, which is also for a TV movie.
Is that like a voyeur movie?
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
Dude, I fucking love voyeur movies.
It's about this girl who gets a new apartment, but she's already been stalked before in New York, but she's in LA now, and the guy keeps calling and watching her and sending her weird, threatening things.
I've done that before.
And dude, the movie's so good. Dude, you know who's in it?
Who?
Uncle Leo from Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah, because he's like the guy that you think might be the guy doing it.
Yeah. The creepy old guy.
Yeah, and but then he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Is he really Jewish in that too?
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah.
but yeah, Someone's Watching Me is where I'm Halloween's the next one I'm watching.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for those movies. Body Double, Vertigo.
Yeah, I think you should watch Someone's Watching Me. It's really good.
Round one, begin.
I saw this tweet the other day that was like, yeah, in film class we had to watch this old ass movie called Vertigo.
Look at this chick's butt cheeks are out, dude.
It felt like it was acted by 10-year-olds.
Yeah. Not once did they have a weird one-liner that felt completely tonally out of the film.
Yeah.
I'm centered, dude.
Like, they didn't say, he's dizzy now? He's dizzy now! Yeah.
Pac-Man wins.
Yeah, there was no comedic relief every, 7 minutes? Is that the rule?
I think it's every 15... No, I think it's 7, actually. Yeah, it's 7 minutes. Every 7 minutes in an MCU movie, there has to be a joke.
Mark is on a statistical analysis on this.
Because it's true, because even if there's a scene that is a dramatic scene, but it's in those 7 minutes, they have to interrupt it with a joke, because it's been 7 minutes.
Wait, did they do a joke when Iron Man died?
No, but it was a joke right before he died. Because remember he goes, because he's like, I am inevitable.
Oh, dude, there's another tweet in that thread that was like, what do you mean, some X was really emotional. No, Spider-Man. Spider-Man was really emotional. Someone died. What? How much more emotion do you need? Spider-Man fucking dies. Dude, that's because to them that's the pinnacle of fucking, how you can convey emotions in a movie is having someone die.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, so right before Iron Man dies, they do the thing where he's snapping the fingers repeatedly,
Yeah.
and he can't, and nothing's happening. And then he goes, I am Iron Man, and then he dies, and then you have 7 minutes, and then you have 6 minutes of funeral, and then you have a good,
Please time.
yeah, and then there's a joke with Hulk right after it, and then yeah.
Oh, I can't fit in my suit.
No, I think the most egregious one, the one that I think is the most obvious, where I kind of started noticing it, was in Shang-Chi. is when
Is the
he's
airplane one?
when he's
Yeah,
giving this
yeah.
monologue about how his dad abused him and the time he was about to go kill somebody, and then they interrupt you like, I'm sorry, would you like vegan options? And they go for like a 3-minute bit about fucking airplane food.
It kind of masks how just like terrible the writing is when they try to go serious. You know what I mean? Because like if it was just flat like fun whatever, it would be like boring and you wouldn't feel anything because you never do because the writing's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So it like needs that comedic relief. But it's like it's not relief from the seriousness, it's relief from how bad it is.
Yeah. Well, because it's making you think you're having a good time.
Like why are we talking about this on a fucking airplane first of all?
Yeah.
Dude, my dad's dead. Awesome. What is it? Meatloaf, please. Can I get the chicken parm? I'm an Asian immigrant. Yeah. Fuck that movie. That was like the first late stage Marvel movie I watched. Because I was never into like the early Marvel either. Like I didn't really watch Iron Man or
That
Captain
movie
America.
sucked.
Iron Man?
No, Shang-Chi.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, Shang-Chi. In its defense, it has some pretty good like action sequences. Like on
Yeah.
the bus.
Yeah,
that was
like
sick.
it has decent fighting sequences, but like that can't be the whole.
Well, yeah, well,
premise
that's
of
That's like
the
the only
movie.
thing they're good
That,
at.
well, it's because you know that they do that before, right? Before the movie is being shot, they they design the action scene. They have to write the script around the action sequences.
Really? That would make sense. And the nonsense with the dragons at the end just completely threw me out of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, dude, even 21,
Yeah.
you can't save these.
But I thought the acting was pretty good in it. I'll give it that.
It's funny, someone was like, dude, 21's really good. Someone who had only seen Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the father in Shang-Chi is pretty fucking good. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, he's in the mood for love, bro.
So I'm like,
Can I be meeting his exact counterpart?
And then, yeah, I like the two actresses in it, Aquafina and the other one, the sister. The one who's like an assassin.
Yeah. She's bad. She's bad in a different sense.
But yeah, no, I mean, I was like after Endgame, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much good with this. Because like I don't like most of these anyway.
I recommend watching Doctor Strange though.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one. Is the first one good?
No,
It's my favorite Marvel film.
it's not good.
I love it.
There's a lot of contention in this room right now.
It's my favorite Marvel.
I don't know. I try not to.
Spend 2 hours with Benedict Cumberbatch.
I try not to come off as like film bro-y about Marvel movies. Like I always give them a chance.
They're popcorn scenes, but like
Yeah. I view them as like a blockbuster.
Yeah, I mean,
And sometimes it is fun. Like
instead of watching Doctor Strange 2, you could also just go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is the multiverse, but done well.
it's like a shitty Bond movie. Like there's still things I like about it.
Yeah,
Like the misogyny.
yeah. The I like the my favorite thing about Doctor Strange 2 is the shitty CGI on his third eye.
Dude, isn't John Krasinski like Mr. Fantastic?
He is.
That's disgusting. That's all.
Dude, they referenced movie likes from
I have a completely like unfounded hatred for John Krasinski
Why?
because he was in that CIA movie, TV show.
Jack Reacher?
And, yeah, and there's this clip with him with Mikhail Haneke where he's like clearly out of his fucking element.
I think he's a fine director, or he's developing into a fine director. I think the Quiet Place movies, while they have their flaws, I don't think it's his directing that's being the problem. I think it's just what the scenario that he's made is kind of making it limiting.
It's funny that he tried to do that David Foster Wallace movie. Like he thought he was the one who converted that to film.
He did?
Yeah, he made interviews with Hideous Men or something.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought his first movie was Quiet Place.
He comes off as like someone who thinks they're like great at directing and can do great things, and it's just like you're Jim from The Office.
I don't know. I think that's a shitty way of looking at it.
But he's not good at it.
He can probably develop into it. That'd be like
I don't
being like, why is Scorsese trying to make this fucking gritty gangster movie? Dude, you have these exploitation movies. It's like, people can do shit. Fucking one of the Farley brothers made a Green Book, which Green Book's not a great movie, but it's something you would never would guess.
Yeah.
I think everyone has the capabilities of going outside of their norm. Like even like Adam, I guess like Adam Sandler, like Adam Sandler's an Uncut Gems.
Well,
like,
yeah, I don't know.
Dude, you're the water boy.
Something about
Yeah, you don't like that he's successful.
Yeah. I like that
Yeah,
he's tall.
come on. Well, let me look.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah, he's got really thick hair.
Yeah. He pulled bitches in the office.
Yeah.
He has an ugly face.
He looks better with the beard for sure.
Yeah. He got like a fucking baby face.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't like the Marvels think though of like, like, dude, it's so good. Wow, is it good? Dude, this guy showed up. It's like,
It's too easy to shoot. Star Wars does the same thing.
yeah, no, Star Wars does it way worse.
Yeah.
Like, they're far worse about that. Like, dude, somehow Palpatine's returned. I hate that shit.
I hate that shit to this day, man.
No, I think I'll say this: the sequel trilogy movies, maybe minus Force Awakens, and even then, Force Awakens is not very good. Are worse than the MCU by far. Like, there's no comparison.
Yeah. It was pretty par for the course.
No, like you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
Well, yeah.
So
I've seen The Last Jedi.
There's a part in dude, Rise of Skywalker is way worse.
It's so bad.
So alright, here's the thing. So they go to this planet. They have to find this like thing to let them know where this other thing is.
Yeah.
And while this happens, they fall into a hole where they fall into quicksand and they sink in, but it miraculously leads them to a place where the thing is just there. And they read it, and it just so happens that C-3PO just knows the language. And then it just so happens that there's a weird snake thing that's injured, so he can show up how force healing works. And it just so happens to knock a hole through the wall so they can escape.
Well, dude, it's a sci-fi movie. I mean, you have to have some suspension of disbelief.
But it's more of just like the idea of how lazy that is. Like, anytime where it's like, we need to find this thing to let us know where the other thing is, I hate.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's also like, you can do more with Star Wars.
What about
I
this
think they should.
same-sex kiss with the slug?
Oh, that was profound.
That was my favorite. With
I
the
think-
slug that's like...
They really
Yeah.
need to stop focusing on Skywalker.
I actually,
Too drawn out.
I don't think like it was. I think it's drawn out because they fucked it up.
No, I think it's like 9 movies as well.
The Mandalorian is great. That's all.
Well, if I was rewriting the sequels,
The same fucking plot too. Like,
if I was rewriting the sequels, I would have done a change with the
well,
Skywalker.
it's clear they're out of ideas too, because the sequels are like in a way a carbon copy of the original trilogy.
Well, the thing is that J.J. Abrams hates the prequels so much that he was like, we have to go back to the way that the original Star Wars
that's where all the
was.
juice is.
Yeah. It's like he just remade like A New Hope, and it was just like, yeah, but like you have to like you may not like the prequels, like, cause like, and like I have a mixed relationship with the prequels, in that I admire them, but I don't think they're that great. I think there's a lot of great things going on.
There's so much like extended universe material to work off of, dude, and they totally just fucked it up.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah, like I would have loved to have seen the Yuzan Vong War or like Thrawn. Yeah, that shit's.
Thrawn was the easy way out. And they didn't take
That's
it.
not the easy way out, but because they have to de-age everybody. Because with Thrawn, yeah, because like Thrawn takes place like right after.
Yeah. That's right. When they did that in Obi-Wan.
What?
De-aged.
Yeah, look how that turned out. And it's also like
Works beautifully.
and it's also like they were like Hayden Christensen's 40 and you know, and when he was 20 when he played Anakin, like they were 20 when they played Luke and Leia, and now they're like 60. It's not. It's hard me harder to de-age.
Is there like later extended universe material that they can use?
Yeah, Yuzan Vong War.
Yeah, I see
Because the Yuzhan Vong War has like a thing that pretty much does the Kylo Ren storyline, but well, where like they give a real reason for him to go to the dark side.
Yeah.
And even then, if I was rewriting it,
You think those are Disney?
hint hint, yeah, I would not make him go to I wouldn't have him become a Sith. But I'd have the idea of he knows the Sith are bad, and now that he knows it, but he also thinks that so he creates his own thing, which is why it calls himself Kylo Ren, not Darth Ren or Darth Kylo or some shit like that. It would make more sense. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you think a Disney producer was just like, yeah, we can't use the extent that you shit because it's like we have to buy the rights or whatever?
No, because they owned it. They probably just did it because they felt it was limiting and they didn't want. I can see the reason, because they're like, we don't want everybody to have to like read all these weird spurgy novels.
Well, you don't have. The point is, you don't have to because there's just gonna be a movie.
Yeah, but they probably just
and,
want.
Fuck those nerds who are like, oh, it's not full of the book. Like, no one cares.
Yeah, it's like I think they just wanted to have a clean slate, so they could do all these different things. But it was like, but now literally the way they design their shows, that you have to have seen every episode of the Clone Wars and Rebels to get what these characters are.
At the same time, if you watch those, you can spot the like continuity errors.
Yeah.
It isn't even worth it. I will never watch the Clone Wars. I'm sorry.
The Clone Wars is pretty good.
Sucks too.
I've heard it's good, but
I watched the first season of Rebels and I was disgusted.
Rebels so
the
suck.
first season of Clone Wars is fucking
It's like,
bad.
the problem is, it's like, it's a kid show, first
Yeah.
part, but it actually has like things that it's like, hey, we're dropping these seeds for later on, and it's like, fuck, I have to sit through this
I've
shitty
read
kid show.
that Clone Wars is out of order too. Like there's actually like an order, the chronological order you're supposed to watch the episodes in that's not.
Whoa!
Yeah, you see that? The little rough shaking.
Those 64-bit titties.
Yum yums.
This might be my fucking new favorite character.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I think the Clone Wars is worth it. From what I've seen, I didn't finish it, but I liked it for what I saw. I never saw the last 2 seasons.
Not invested in Star Wars that.
Season 1 fucking sucks, though.
It does.
You have the fucking... It's literally, let's suck off Jabba for 8 episodes. I mean, not Jabba, fucking Jar Jar.
Although I would love to suck
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like both said like sucking up Jabba when we came to the conclusion a few weeks ago, where I was like, actually, I think Return of the Jedi is my favorite thing. Is all my favorite shit happens in Jabba's palace.
What is happening?
Oh, you're getting
How
your
is
ass
this?
kicked.
How is this very easy? Look at this.
It's almost like the game gets harder as you goes on.
I love what you squat.
Tyler's like, why can't I just win? Why can't I just press button and it says you win?
Look at the dumper when she squats.
She got that fat little fucking side pussy pouch.
Got a little cushioning from the fall.
What the fuck?
Dude, they punch now?
Shut up, bro. You're gonna play this next one.
Oh,
I
not.
got 1 credit left.
You're not my dad.
So
You're
last-
not my dad.
well,
You're not.
I am.
Shut your mouth. You're not God or my
my
father
father, you're-
or my boss.
So last month, Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Enough.
And we've been getting so many emails
You
and
get fan letters.
messages and fan letters and
Basically, if you email us, we'll give you free abortion pills if you live in a red state.
that's not true.
And we will be trafficking drugs
Yeah.
through federal fucking mail systems.
Except for me.
Tyler.
Not it.
Yeah. That's the fucked up thing is that so me and Jacob we're feminists
Pro-life.
and we're pro-abortion. But Tyler White over there is
Pro-
misogynist,
Yo, yo, yo.
Shut up. No, I'm not.
Don't say
pro-lifer.
pro-abortion, say pro-choice.
Oh, yeah, I'm pro-choice.
No, I'm pro-abortion.
I'm pro-fucking anti-natalism, bro.
I'm pro-skater.
No kid should be being...
I'm 100% pro-abortion. I don't believe
I'm
in children.
150% Tony Hawk pro-skater, too.
That's anti-natalism.
I think that children are a conservative
Scourge.
propaganda machine.
The nuclear family is a propaganda. Well, it kind of is.
Well, game over. Gotta start over.
Spitting bars over there, Tyler.
Alright, let's just get all our politics out there.
No.
I'm,
No.
I'm a Marxist-Leninist.
But no, since we're getting all your letters, all your emails, all your comments, like
So many of our female viewers, which there are a lot.
yeah, and my favorite N64 show. We don't know what their stance is on Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, we need to hear Jacob's
I'm
take
out of
on
this. This is your fight, brother.
People are like, Jacob, what is your take on this? And all I have to say is, I love women.
No, it's bad. It
Set
shouldn't
us
have
50
happened.
years back.
Yep.
Yep.
Although
Nice going.
we live in the great state of Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and so we get to
Let me just
keep it.
Let me just put this take out there. It's all Ruth Bader Ginsburg's fault.
I know, she should have retired.
Although I love women.
Wait, why is it
Because she decided to like
die?
ride it out into the Trump presidency. Like she could have retired and there could have been a Democratic justice put in, but no, she rode it out until Trump. Then she decided to die. She decided to do that, and then I think Kavanaugh was put in. So, good job.
Great.
Good job. But no, she's so cool. Notorious RBG or whatever. She's a queen.
Yeah, so basically, we had to cut out a bunch of shit there
Yeah,
because
Mark went on a fucking fascist rant.
Yeah, I went on a huge thing where I was talking about dictatorships and how fucking
he was like,
cool
dude,
and attractive they are.
He was like, dude, Mussolini is a bad guy, but like we should have killed him.
Yeah. Like, have you seen his dumper?
Should have hung him.
Yeah. Have you seen how hot Stalin was when he was young?
He was hung before he got up there, you know?
Yeah. You know what I'm fucking
those Italian
saying. Yeah, but like,
I ain't talking about his parents.
have you seen how hot Stalin was when he was a
Italian jeans.
teenager? Like,
Shit off that
Okay,
fucking
how
hog.
many people know this? But Stalin was a man. He was my height. He's like,
Four
he was like
inside.
most
4'11".
fascists are your height.
He was
Yeah, Mussolini
4'11"?
was.
Stalin was 4'11"?
No, Stalin was like 5'6".
Imagine
Mussolini
him
was
just walking
like-
in. Hey guys, what's going on?
Mussolini was a tiny little Guido man. He was probably like 5'2", walking
crazy.
around, prancing around, telling people what to do.
Do you think that they had like, you know, like, weren't high heels for a while used by like men strictly? I wonder
Yeah.
if he wore like
Boots.
high heels or like large ass boots like RDJ boots.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Robert Downey Jr.'s shoes?
No.
If you guys want to laugh, go check that out because he is a manlet. He wears these fucking shoes that are like platforms like this high just to be the same size.
It's like the behind the scenes shot of like Al Pacino next
Yeah.
to Robert De Niro or Vincent Gallo in Buffalo '66. His fucking red high heels.
Do you see it? The RDJ shoes?
I'm looking it up now.
Alright. Let me know when you see it. Robert Downey Jr.
Speaking of people who should have been aborted. Dude.
Isn't
Those
that
things are
gnarly?
killer.
Bro, I need me a pair of those.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.